Hello there everyone, Jim here from Jim's Reptile Jungle, and I'd like to welcome you to another video. We're going to do something a bit different here. I actually have to check on the turtles on the outside pond before it gets to winter. So this is footage of me going through all the turtles in the back pond, putting them out, and I thought it would make a good video just to show you guys. So what you're looking at here is the river cooter. This one actually I picked up last year, and it is doing really well. It's actually quite friendly, and it came up to me actually, which is why I got it out so quickly. But it's a good size, and it's doing really well, and hopefully it will acclimate well enough to hibernate over winter, but we'll have to keep an eye out for that. They're a rather large species, and I do actually have two river cooters in there. As you can see, I pull out a log that got pulled in here. The water, I don't know if you can tell, is actually quite murky and brown. That's actually from the clay-based soil I have in the enclosure and the garden, which helps with territorial disputes. This is one of the yellow belly sliders. All the turtles in here are female, and she's actually quite muddy. I believe she was actually digging herself down into the mud on the bottom of the pond there, which is what they'll do over winter as well. Yellow belly sliders are one of the turtle species. They're a member of Trachemes. They're Trachemes scripta, along with Trachemes scripta elegans and a couple others. They are actually banned from retail, and you can't trade them anymore. And if you want to buy them and move them around, you have to have certain permits and everything. However, I've had these for a long time, so I've sort of managed to avoid missing out on that species. So I've got those there, and they're staying with me for life, and obviously they're not allowed to reproduce or anything, which they can't because I only have females. Here is the other Cooter turtle. This is actually one that that was actually housed with the yellow belly slider that you just saw just a minute ago there. She's doing really well as well. However, this one was actually raised completely in a glass tank by someone, and off she goes. So you can see her shell's a bit different to the first turtle because just how they grew, I believe. As you can see, I'm actually rooting around in the soil there just to see if they've dug themselves down, which they had done here. This is a filtrated pond, and there is actually two ponds in this enclosure. They're both 7-foot ponds in this full enclosure. One of them's a filtered pond, one of them's a bit more of a shallow pond that's more nature friendly, with duckweed and plants in it. So if there is any territorial disputes and one of them wants to get out of the way, they have the option of going into the other pond, which is more heavily built up with foliage. And they do use it. There are duckweed trails going from one pond to the other, so they do actually use it when no one's around to see them. The whole place is predator proofed with this sort of wire meshing, as well as the turtles themselves can't climb out or dig. Oh, this is the false map turtle. I believe it's Geographicus Conai, I believe. I could be wrong there, but this is a very pretty turtle. They get their name map turtle because their patterns, especially when they're younger, almost look like maps with the geography of the hills and everything. I believe I focus in on that here. But this one's doing really well, and they actually do acclimatise really well to our UK environment. Obviously, you need the right setup to successfully do that, but that was one of the species that hibernated throughout last year successfully. In fact, all of them did, apart from the first Cooter there, but that was probably because I got it rather late in the year, so I just pulled that one in. As you can see, I'm rather focused on trying to pull out a turtle here. With my gut hanging out, sorry about that. And there we go, this is the original one. A vet actually contacted me about this one. Someone found it on a farm actually, and they didn't know what to do with it, so I picked it up from the vets. This is actually another yellow belly slider, Trachemes scripta, but this is a rather large girl that's probably been outside for a very long time. She's a weird shape. She's quite bulky, so probably not kept. She's either not kept well when she was younger, but I'm more inclined to say she's actually quite old and probably a relic from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle impulse buys 50 years ago or so. So yeah, that's the turtles outside, and I believe I go inside now to have a look at some of the other animals here. So the first animal we're going to look at is the softshell turtle. Now it is in a, well, the glass is a bit dirty, which is in some ways intentional. In other ways, I just a bit lazy and don't want to wipe the algae down and the water droplets. But it does help avoid the turtles going up and down the glass. And this is the fly river turtle that I pulled out just to have a look at. It's quite difficult to see this one because it's in a pond there, but it's also doing well. And these are the two other turtles I have. These are two musk turtles. They're kept inside as well. These turtles can be kept outside because their natural range goes from Florida all the way up to parts of Canada. However, because their size, I haven't built an enclosure for them yet because they're actually quite good at climbing, so I don't trust myself with that sort of enclosure yet. But there they are, they're doing rather well. And they're in an enclosure with some plants and some duckweed and some fake lilies for cover as well. And it's quite a shallow one for them because they like to be in shallower water with a small filter rather than a big high flow thing. There they go. Alright, and that's the end of the video. There's a video of the marginated tortoise, and I'll leave you with that one. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. Remember to like and share if you have the time, and click subscribe if you want to keep up to date with more videos. Thanks for watching. See you next time.